Hello, welcome to Azure Fundamentals. Today we are going to continue our concepts related question, answers and explanations. In 20 minutes, 20 different questions along with answers and explanations for all those questions. True or false? An Azure account can have one subscription or multiple subscriptions. Option A true, option B false. The right answer will be true. The reason is a tenant can have one or more number of subscription. This is the case in large organization where there are different departments and each department has their own subscription. Whereas a single subscription can only be associated with a single Azure AD tenant at a time. So option A is the right answer. Next question, what is the maximum number of management groups can be supported in a single directory? Option A 1000, option B 10,000, option C 100, option D 5,000. The correct answer for this question is option B. There are 10,000 management groups can be supported in a single directory, and so the option B is the correct answer. Please note, it will be difficult to remember the number related answers for all the questions, something like the number of VMs, number of resource groups, number of resources inside a resource group, all such stuffs. There is no need to remember everything, only the key questions that you should have to focus on and remember those numbers. Next question, true or false? A subscription can span across two or more resource groups. Option A true, option B false. Well, as subscription can have one or more number of resource groups. While creating a resource group, you need to provide which subscription that the resource group belong. So spanning a subscription across resource groups which are part of another subscription is not possible. Also note, there could be multiple resource group within a single subscription, but any one resource group can only be part of only one subscription. Resource group names do not have to be globally unique, but must be unique within the single subscription. And so the right answer for this question is false. That is option B. Next question, a resource manager template is a dash file that defines what you want to deploy to Azure. We have options A as text file, B XML file, C JSON file, and D all of the above. That is, you can use all the file format. The right answer for this question is option C, that is JSON file format. So Azure Resource Manager template, otherwise called as ARM template or templates, uses declarative JSON syntax, which is human readable file format. Next question is, you can apply tags for resources using Azure Resource Manager. True or false? Bit bit. I mean, you should have to read such kind of question repeatedly. The reason being, here Azure Resource Manager refers the ARM template, ARM template. Earlier, the ARM itself a service. There is a Resource Manager itself a service. Now it is deployment script using which you can deploy resources inside your Azure. With that, Azure Resource Manager is a deployment and management service for Azure. It provides a management layer that enables you to create or update or delete resources in your Azure account. You use management features like access control, logs, tags to secure and organize your resources after deployment. So the right answer for this question is A. Please note the reference to Azure Resource Manager here in turn refers to the ARM template or ARM templates. Next question, true or false? An Azure subscription is a logical unit of Azure services that links to an Azure account. Is it true or false? The right answer for this question is option A, that is true. An Azure account may have multiple subscriptions, and a subscription can have multiple resource groups, and a resource group have multiple number of resources associated. That is a hierarchy in which the Azure account, subscription, resource group, and resources are associated. Which of the following statement is a valid statement about an Azure subscription? Option A, using Azure does not require a subscription. Option B, an Azure subscription is a logical unit of Azure services. We have seen similar question a couple of slides back. And so the right answer for this question is option B. That is, you need at least a free subscription to access Azure resources. And so A is not the correct answer. And the B, that is, an Azure subscription is a logical unit of Azure services, using the subscription you will be using or utilizing the Azure services. And so B is the right answer. Next question, what is the maximum number of tags on a Azure on a resource Azure? Is it 10 or 25 or 20 or 50? Option D is the correct answer, that is 50. As I mentioned earlier, you also have to remember this number. The number of tags per resource or the resource group is limited to 50 in number. Resource manager list returns a list of tag name and values in the subscription only when the number of unique tags is less than 80,000. So that is another number you should have to remember. So the right option for this question is option D, that is 50. What are the valid ways to create a resource group? Option A, you can use Portal, PowerShell, templates, and SDK or software development kit. Option B, Portal, CLI, PowerShell, templates, SDK. Here CLI means command line interface. Option C, Portal, command line interface, PowerShell, and SDK. Option D, Portal, CLI, PowerShell, and templates. The right answer for this question is option B. That is, you can create you can create a resource group using either Portal or command line interface or PowerShell or using the JSON based templates, the ARM template, or using SDK. So these are the different options available to create resource group. And so the right answer for this question is option B. Next question is, what is a tag in Azure? Option A, name value pair of text data that you can apply to resources and resource groups. Option B, name value pairs of text data that you can apply to resource groups. Option C, a movie. Option D, name value pair of text that you can apply to resources. Option C is not the correct answer, definitely. And so between A, B, and D, we should have to select one. Look out, there is a marginal difference between the option B and C. One is talking about name value pair applied to resource group. The other one is talking about name value pair applied to the resources. Whereas option B refers both the cases. And so option A is a right answer. So while creating a resource as well as a resource group, you need to specify the tags, which are a kind of key value pair that is used for various purposes. Next question is, what refers to a system's ability to stay operational during abnormal conditions? Option A, availability. Option B, resiliency. Option C, both. Option D, none of the above. The right answer for this question is option B. Resiliency is the ability of your system to react to failure and still remain functional. It is not about avoiding failures, but accepting failure and constructing your cloud native services to respond to such situations. You want to return to a fully functioning state quickly as possible. And so option B is the right answer for this question. Next question. Tags can be used for automated actions and organization of resources. Is it true or false? The options are option A true, option B as false. The right answer for this question is option A. Tags are used to manage the resources as well as used for doing automation. They also used to control set of resources using the key value pair. For example, shutting down or bringing up virtual machines based on tag values, you can perform automated activities also. And so the right answer for this question is true, that is option A. Next question is, one resource can be part of many resource group. Is it true or false? The right answer for this question is false, that is option B. While creating a resource in Azure, you need to select only one resource group using the combo selection which is available. Please note a resource group can span across multiple number of locations. Next question is, which of the following is not a benefit of storing data in Azure cloud? Cost effective, option B auto backup, option C multiple data types, option D global replication for safety, option E difficult to analyze. There are multiple options, either A or C and C. Option B is B only, option C A, B and C, option D is E. Please note which of the following is not a benefit, and you need to be very careful while reading the question and also picking up the right answers. So for this question, option D is the right answer because cloud is cost effective. You can pay for what you use. Cloud can store multiple data type or formats of data inside it, and there is no restriction on it. You can set auto backup and auto replication in a safe region of your interest. You can analyze the data easily using multiple services exposed by the cloud service provider. So the odd one out of the option is option E, that is difficult to analyze. What can be the organizing principle for resource groups? Option A, organizing for life cycle, organizing for automation, option C, organizing for billing, or all the above. The right answer for this question is option D. You can form a resource for all the items stated here, and so the correct answer will be all of the above. You can build a resource group for organizing the life cycle of the resources, something like dev, production, or testing environment. You can use the resource groups for performing automation, something like bringing up the VMs or shutting down the VMs. You can form a group for billing purposes by department by something like that. And so the right answer for this question is option D. Next question is, which of the following situation would yield the most benefits from relocating an on-premises data stored to Azure? Option A, unpredictable storage demand that increases and decreases multiple times throughout the year. Option B, long-term steady growth in storage in demand. Option C, consistent unchanging storage demand. Definitely option C is not the answer. Option B, they are expecting steady growth. So between A and B, A is a very close answer. You can move to cloud for unpredictable storage demand that increases or decreases multiple times throughout the year. Say, for example, during festival seasons, the number of requests hitting in your website will be more. And after that, the number of requests hitting your website will go down. So the right answer for this question is option A. What is an Azure region? The definition for Azure region, you have to select any one of these three options. Option A, one or more Azure data centers within a specific geographical location. Option B, a way of breaking networks into smaller networks. Option C, firewall rules which define the flow of traffic in and out of Azure. Out of these three, option B and C is not correct. So the right answer for this question is option A. That is, one or more data centers within a specific geographical location forms a region. Next question, tags can be applied to any type of resources on Azure. Is it true or false? Option A is the correct answer. Whenever you create a resource, you can add one or more tags to that resource for easy management of the resources. It's for It's also used for cost calculation or automation and many more purposes. Sometimes people may talk about special resources for which you cannot create tags, but to the most part, all the resources, whenever you create it, you need to specify the tags. Next question, which of the following might be a good usage of the tags? Option A, using tags to associate a cost center with resources for internal chargeback. Option B, using tags in conjunction with Azure automation to schedule maintenance windows. Option C, using tags to store environment and department association. Option D, all of the above are good ways to use tags. The right answer for this question is, as we have seen in the previous slides, it is option T is the correct answer. That is, it is used for easy management of resources, doing cost calculation, and then performing automation and many more operation using tags. Next question is, a dash is a set of data centers deployed within a latency defined perimeter and connected through a dedicated regional low latency network. Is it paired region or resource group? Out of this option, out of this option C is not the correct answer. It is something to do with the resource management. So resource group is not the valid answer. Between parent and region, the right answer will be option B. That is, multiple data centers forms an availability zone and multiple availability zone forms a region. And so the right answer for this question is option B. Thank you. I hope this video is helpful to you for your exam or for interview preparation. And we will continue similar session in my next video related to concepts. With that, I will end up today's discussion. Thank you very much. Bye.